Howdy y'all, Los here. Just finished repotting these two Brazilian rain trees. One from air layer and one from cutting. Both from the same parent tree, two completely different results, two completely different sizes. Let's get into the repots of these two wonderful trees. Let's go. Dang, look at this root ball. Careful for these shears, they're pinchy. Oh, that was chewy. That came off a little bad. All right, we're here with this Brazilian rain tree, air layered 1 year ago, a little over a year. It was August, the end of August, so early September. This was transplanted into this container, air potted, and we're gonna put it in this nice mica container. So first things first, let's go ahead and get this out of here and see what we're dealing with. Actually, that'll be second thing. First thing, let's go ahead and trim all this down so that we don't get stabbed with a bunch of thorns while we work. Let's do it. Today we're saving all the cuttings. We're gonna make a special propagation station because we're gonna have a ton of cuttings. Stay tuned for that. Normally I'll go halfway up, but I'm gonna go right under the node just to get any of that dye back, to give it a lot of dye back is what I want. Because this is what this tree does. It gives you a lot of dye back, so you got to go a little further up if you want that other node to go. So normally you go halfway. We're going to go up to just the bottom of this last node and give it a clip. Matter of fact, I think I want it even lower than that, so I'll go down here. We got a trifurcation going there, so I got to eliminate actually one of these. 1, 2, 3. Let's actually get rid of this one here. We're ready to take this pot off. First, let's get those off. Unscrew it. These are great. Totally reusable. Let's see what we got. Let's see, this is 1 year and 2 months. Super great. Oh boy, let's see what we got here. Let's start with the bottom. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time with this one. What a good experience this was with the air pot so far. You know, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but so far this thing's looking good. It's got a lot of roots, so I'm actually a lot of roots that are going up, so this may have been dug down pretty deep. I don't remember. There's nothing really big right here. So these are all these roots that are coming out. I thought they'd come out and prune, but some of them actually traveled down the pot where it could grow. Resilient little trees. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely too delightful. I'm absolutely stunned by how wonderful this air layer looks right from the top. Like, look at this base that we have. This is the product of an air layer and being put right into an air pot right away as soon as the roots started showing. We're gonna get rid of all this, so ignore that, but look at this beautiful mass and all these beautiful roots going straight out. Some of them, you know, we gotta work on a couple of them, but oh boy, we got something special here, everybody. I only have one major tree that I've been taking cuttings from, and it's right here. I'm sure it's looking over at mommy going, look at me now. Look at me now, mommy. I've made it to Hollywood. They love me, mom. They really love me. I'm proud of you, son. I'm so proud. I love you, mommy. I love you, son. That's it for Bonsai-YEAH Bonsai Theater. Thank you for joining. See you next week. Goodbye. I like the round shape of it. I want to go further down and see how much we can actually cut off the bottom. Careful for these shears, they're pinchy. So looking at this, got some high roots up here. So it looked really good from the surface, but as we look further down, the Nabari's down here. Looks like this is where we actually want to be, our line. And so everything above that is out of place unless we use this side. That's going to cover up, that's going to be our flat side. It's weird because the Nabari's so far down on this. However, if I get rid of all that, I would be left with like this as the tree mass. That much. That's a lot. But these are resilient little trees, and this will probably spring back for no problem. We've got roots up here, then we have roots down here. The cutting keeps going down further here, so taking this bottom off, yeah, there's a whole little branch right here, I feel. Yeah, there's the little nub of it. That's the original bottom of the branch. Oh yeah, I can remove the sphagnum moss around it. We can flatten this base out more and I can cut off this little nub right there. We obviously have this like spiral of roots. It starts with down here. We got the nice, this is where we want the line of Nabari to start, right here. But as we go and turn around, it gets up higher and then it spirals down. And we have probably this much that's a little too high up off the Nabari line that we have right here. However, there's some things going on down here. Now perhaps we can have a root or two come down this way. Get rid of some of these roots. We have a nice long root that's coming down. We can probably keep some of these roots. Keep them coming down. I don't know, they seem too high. Yeah, we'll have to get rid of them in hopes that there's something down here, which I definitely think there is. Just keep digging. There's some sphagnum moss here in the way. Yeah, there's definitely some roots down there. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of these top roots. Let's go ahead and do it. Check this Nabari out here. Now, I got a little bit more cleanup to do here. You see, we've got our line. This is the most possible front as well. Keep all those roots. We'll get rid of a couple of these guys up here for sure. I've got my container prepped up. I'm gonna throw down a layer of akadama. Looks like that needs to be sifted out, so good thing it's on the bottom, that'll drain right out. And then I'm going to add some of my second favorite stuff. First favorite for tropicals, the lava. Just a little bit of that. So our little guy has something to sit on. Remembering that this is going to be our front-ish, something like that. Put it towards the back a bit. In it with the lava first, just to cover the roots up. And then I'm going to finish it with the akadama. All right, the repot is complete. The soil is all nice and moist. It's ready to go back on the shelf. I think one thing I want to do is prepare it for the future by dragging it down this way. But I'm gonna wait for the roots to sort of settle so that it's not tipping the whole tree. It's in there, but it could still be disturbed pretty well if it gets knocked over. Luckily, it's in the greenhouse where we don't have any big worries of that in the first place. This is ready to go up in its spot for now. Boom. Beautiful, lovely. Excellent. Let's work on the other rain tree. We're gonna repot. It's outside. We're gonna do some big chopping. Let's do this. All right, here's this big old rain tree here. This is another cutting from that tree. Here's the propagation station. Very loose soil, just all-purpose garden soil, nothing added to it. Pretty deep too, because what I've found is that the deeper you put them in, the better chance of survival they have. We're gonna be putting a lot of cuttings into these things. So without further ado, let's get started. We're gonna get some great cuttings. Yeah, this branch is too tall. And do we want to keep it? We want to, oh, I broke it. Well, I guess it's gone. I didn't want to do that. I mean, it's still okay if I wrap her up. But yeah, I shouldn't have forced it down that hard. Though, so that was not a good idea. That was chewy. That came off a little bad. Hopefully this tree bounces back from that, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get it out of here and get it into its new container. So let's go ahead and take it into the greenhouse and finish this off. There's some roots growing on the bottom, but let's go ahead and pull this out and get into the container where I want to scoop all the soil out of. Be right there. Oops. All right, let's go at this thing. Now, one time there was like a bunch of ants living in it. So let's see if that pops up. You can really see, look at that. I have some big roots to deal with here. This was the first experiment in taking one of these cuttings and just putting it in a bigger container after it rooted. Just like I cut those guys. You know, you have a ton of them, what are you gonna do with them? Well, let's put this one in a bigger container and let it grow for a year. Dang, look at this root ball. Okay, let's get a look at the bottom here. Nice and flat, which is great. Let's flatten it down and see what else we got going on here. Gonna have to, of course, give it our bowl cut, which we should do right now. First, we gotta find out why we got this big old mass. Where's that all coming from? honkin' root. Now there's no real root, smaller roots attached to it there. We may just have to go ahead and get rid of it unless we think we can get it to bifurcate. I think we're gonna get, I don't know, it's such a big part of the tree, it looks like. Oh, there's one of its roots right here. Crosses over. Oh, I pulled it out anyways. Look at that, the Nabari, I was gonna cut it, but look at that, like the tree is like, I mean, of course it's gonna be like that with roots. They come right from the trunk, of course. But like this one is got some characteristic with the trunk, so I'm just gonna go ahead and at least cut the top knob of it off. Cutting this back. You see the problem that we have. We have a nice Nabari here, but nothing on this side, just nothing. We have this guy growing, so if we nurture this, that'll thicken up. All right, that was a lot of work, but it's gonna be worth it in the end here, of course. This tree has a lot more room to grow out and a lot more branches to create. I think we're gonna start seeing some growth in this thing right away. In just a couple weeks, we'll see this thing blooming with tons, popping with tons of leaves. We'll show you that when that happens. This has been an awesome experience. I think also we made 2 wonderful bonsais. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. If you like our content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Maybe hit that bell icon. We'll see you next time. Be cool. Get yourself a hobby. Bye.